Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. You can follow me everywhere. Name one network I don't exist on. I mean, I may exist. How do you exist on a network? No, name one network I don't have an account at. Still sounds weird. Beep. So you are probably engaged on a variety of social networks in social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, MySpace, Google+, wherever, right? And we're constantly looking for your questions. In fact, time and time again, we've asked the community, what kind of content do you want to deliver, or to have delivered to you? I am having some issues. Hang on, let me reset myself. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, no, I can see clearly now. How many times do you want to update all networks at one time? Probably more than once, because this is a question many of you have asked. You said, Chris, how can I update all my social networks at one time? Well, we've found some tools that may help facilitate that process. Now, I gotta warn you, even though you've posted something to Twitter, doesn't mean that it's going to have as good of a play on Facebook or possibly on Google+. But if you want to just write once, run anywhere, or read anywhere, really. I was borrowing from the Java terminology. We found some services that may make it possible for you to update all your social networks at one time. And the value, again, is that you're not wasting your time if you want to share the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, the same thing. Obviously, you couldn't update YouTube in the same way that you might update Twitter. I mean, you could upload a video in two places, but what's the point? You could easily tease your YouTube video on Twitter, but we're talking about brief status updates, simple things you might post to Facebook or potentially on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever blog you might have set up, possibly even sending it through email. We've found several tools to help make that possible, one of which I'm just going to highlight because you're more than welcome to look at the other recommendations. My top recommendation is using If This Then That, ifttt.com. I've called it out several times before during these videos, but if you missed it, there's your chance. ifttt.com, the ultimate power users tool for doing just about anything you might want to do on the internet today, at least with content. I'm going to go ahead and +1 the article that we linked in the description. It looks like the first 5 people to do it: Sean Jordan, Skylar Johnson, Stacey Ferris, Matthew Sabia, and Brian Miner +1'd it publicly. If you +1 the articles on lockerroom.com, I may read your name out in the future. And we go into detail on why you would want to do something like this, why you might not want to do something like this. I used to do this, and not so much anymore, largely because I realized Facebook was a different beast than Twitter was a different beast from Google+. I've done my best to keep people connected to my universe of, I guess, what's ever in my head, but ultimately, I think you can have, a better level of engagement if you're sharing on more than one network. Now, that doesn't mean that if you post in every place, you're going to be engaged in every place. That is, people interacting with you. Certainly, you'll discover what works well in one place may not work for another. But the bottom line is, it is possible. So thank you for asking the question how you could update all of your social networks at once. We found the answers and have explained exactly how you can get it done.